بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد. Great expectations, critical thinking questions. Chapter 8. Why did Pep blame himself? He blamed himself because he was bad. He treated Joe in a bad way. When he went to London, he felt that he shouldn't care for him. Number two, he didn't go to visit him. Number three, he changed towards others. He no longer لم يعد greets the others or cares for the others يهتم بيهم. Like Stella. Why was Miss Havisham complained to Pep from Stella? She complained from Stella to Pep because Stella became cold towards her and she was annoyed منزعجة of some opinions of Miss Havisham. Number three, how did Pep feel at hearing عند السماع about his sister's death? أو you can say on hearing عند سماعه about his sister's death. In fact, he wasn't sad because his sister was not kind towards him. Number two, he was away for a long time. كان بعيد لمدة طويلة in London. Number three, he was annoyed of something that the person who attacked her didn't get punishment. It was Orlick. He didn't get any punishment. Who are the most effective characters in the novel? The most effective characters, number one, is Pep. Because Pep is the central character, الشخصية المحورية. Number two, Miss Havisham, because although she was wrong in her opinions, but sometimes she was kind. Number three, Mr. Jaggers, because he was a successful lawyer, he affected the others. أثر في الآخرين. Number four, Matthew Pocket and his son Herbert. They were wise, and Mr. Matthew Pocket changed others by his knowledge. He turned them into good people. How did Biddy and Joe know Pip more than he knew himself? When Pip blamed himself for not asking about them, they knew that it was his nature. When he said, I would visit you more, they smiled. Why? Because they thought that he was telling a lie. He liked his life away from his village, the village of the simple people. He was charmed, يعني أعجبته the lights of the city, أضواء المدينة. He was enchanted by يعني جذبته. He was attracted by the city lights. The city اللي هي London lights. And he didn't want to return back to the simple life of his village. Birds of feather flock together. ده مثل. الطيور على أشكالها تقع. How does this match this story? Yes, this proverb مثل. This proverb matches at first Stella. She chose a very bad husband who was an evil-like person or a devil-like person. كان كالشيطان. A devil-like يشبه الشيطان. He boasted, and this is bad moral. He boasted of himself. She was attracted to him, to his appearance, مظهره. He was rich. This is the most important point. Number 2, يعني it was less. Miss Havisham was attracted by Compeyson because Compeyson had a good appearance. Appearance, مظهر. He was gentle, or he looked like a gentle person. This is the appearance from outside, but innerly من الداخل he was a crook, نصاب. Crook, محتال. Imposter, an imposter who wanted her money, not her heart. So, birds of feather flock together. Pip was attracted by the morals and politeness of Herbert. They became good friends, Pip and Herbert. Number 8. A good turn deserves another. يعني وما جزاء الإحسان إلا الإحسان. A good turn deserves another. How does this match what Pip did with Mr. Clarriker? And what did this man do? Mr. Clarriker was helped as a merchant by Pip. Pip gave him his reward, المكافأة بتاعته, to help him in his business. And the second term, Mr. Clarriker gave Herbert, who was in debt. In debt كان في حالة دين. Gave him a good job. It was a rewarding job. يعني عمل جيد المرتب. How was Mr. Jaggers a linking point? يعني همزة وصل for different people in this story. Yes, he was a linking point between the benefactor Magwitch or Bravis and Pip. This is number 1. Number 2, he was a linking point also between the police and what would they do? He knew that from visiting prisons that some people are wanted. But the first point is more important. Mr. Jaggers was a linking point between Mr. Magwitch or Bravis and Pip. He wanted to reward كان عايز يكافئ Pip, so he made him a gentleman by sending him to London. The person who controlled all this was Mr. Jaggers. What good news did the winds of Magwitch bring to Pip? When Magwitch came to London from Australia, there was some bad news. The bad news was that he escaped from Australia, from prison. He always escapes, دايما بيهرب from prison. And if he was found, he would be arrested in London. And if he was arrested at the lodgings في المسكن lodgings of Pip, Pip would be punished for death. But the good news is that Mr. Jaggers, Mr. Magwitch had some good news. Number one, he became very, very rich, and he would help Pip, and he promised even to help Herbert to be a gentleman and a rich gentleman. This is Magwitch or Bravis. He changed his name in order not to be arrested. يعني غير اسمه عشان ما يتقبضش عليه. Camouflage يعني التمويه. Thank you.